Long before modern cities, before the borders of nations, and before history was written in books, the elders across West Africa spoke of a terrifying legend. It was not a story told during the day. It was whispered only at night, around the fire. The legend spoke of a sacred river hidden deep within an ancient forest. The people called it the River of Blood. It was said that the river was not filled with ordinary water. It carried the blood of warriors, kings, gods, and demons who had fought in a war thousands of years before humans built kingdoms. The elders warned everyone. Never search for the River of Blood, because whoever awakens it will awaken the greatest evil Africa has ever known. Most people believed it was only a myth. They were wrong. In a remote village near the ancient forest of southeastern Nigeria lived a fearless 22-year-old hunter named Obinna. He was known throughout the village for his courage. He protected farmers from wild animals. He rescued children who got lost in the forest. He respected the elders and cared for his widowed mother. Everyone believed he would one day become the village chief. But Obinna had strange dreams. Every night he saw a giant river flowing with blood beneath a crimson sky. A voice whispered, "Come, your destiny is waiting." Each time he woke up, his body was covered in sweat. He never told anyone. Every year, the village celebrated the Festival of Ancestors. Drums echoed through the forest. Masquerades danced. Women sang ancient songs. Children laughed. As the chief poured a libation to honor the ancestors, the ground suddenly shook. The drums stopped. Birds fled into the sky. The sacred shrine cracked open. A deep voice echoed from beneath the earth. The seal has been broken. Dark clouds swallowed the sun. Fear spread through the crowd. The oldest priest collapsed to his knees. The demons. They have awakened. Among the villagers was Obinna's closest friend, Chika. They had grown up together. Shared meals. Protected each other. Dreamed of leading the village side by side. But Chika secretly desired power. One night, a mysterious stranger appeared to him. The man wore black robes. His eyes glowed red. "I can make you greater than any king. What must I do?" "Lead Obinna to the River of Blood." Blinded by ambition, Chika agreed. Without realizing it, he had made a bargain with a demon. Chika convinced Obinna that a sacred relic hidden in the forest could save the village. Together they journeyed deep into an ancient jungle where no human had walked for centuries. Gigantic trees blocked the sunlight. Ancient stone statues of forgotten gods stood covered in vines. The deeper they walked, the quieter the forest became. No birds. No insects. Only silence. Then they found it. The River of Blood. Its water glowed crimson. It flowed without making a sound. As Obinna stepped closer, the river whispered his name. The sky split open. 3 ancient African gods descended. One commanded thunder. One ruled rivers. One guarded the spirits of the ancestors. They revealed a truth hidden for thousands of years. Obinna, you are the last blood guardian. Your ancestors were chosen to keep the demons imprisoned beneath this river. Obinna stood speechless. My family. The oldest god nodded. For generations. But someone has broken the sacred oath. All eyes turned toward Chika. Chika laughed. You think I wanted to spend my life in a poor village? Dark energy surrounded him. His eyes burned crimson. The mysterious stranger appeared again. He transformed into Azaka, the demon king. Towering over the forest with massive black horns and burning wings. My faithful servant. Azaka handed Chika a sword forged from darkness. Kill your friend. Chika hesitated. then attacked. Still clashed. The two childhood friends fought beneath a blood-red moon. Every strike carried years of friendship and betrayal. The battle awakened forces older than humanity. Ancestor spirits rose from the earth. The gods summoned storms. Demons climbed from the river of blood. Winged monsters filled the sky. Ancient warriors returned to defend Africa. The forest became a battlefield unlike anything the world had ever seen. Lightning shattered mountains. Sacred trees burst into flames. The river overflowed with glowing crimson light. During the battle, Obinna discovered the greatest secret. His father had not died in an ordinary accident. He had sacrificed himself years earlier to keep the river of blood sealed. Everything Obinna had suffered was part of a destiny chosen long before he was born. He fell to his knees. Then stood again. This time, not as a hunter, but as the final blood guardian. A glowing spear of ancestral power appeared in his hands. Obinna defeated Chika. Instead of striking the final blow, he dropped his weapon. I still remember the friend who shared his last meal with me. Chika's eyes filled with tears. The demon had filled his heart with hatred, but not erased every memory. With his last strength, Chika turned against Azaka. He drove the dark sword into the demon king's chest. Azaka roared with fury. "You traitor!" A blast of demonic fire consumed Chika. His final words were, "I'm sorry, brother." The river of blood erupted into the sky like a crimson dragon. The gods unleashed their full power. Azaka gathered every demon into one final attack. The earth shook across Africa. Villages trembled. Mountains cracked. Even distant kingdoms felt the impact. Obinna realized there was only one way to stop the endless war. He had to become the new seal. He looked at his mother one last time. Then smiled. For Africa. He stepped into the river of blood. The crimson waters surrounded him. His body dissolved into brilliant golden light. The river slowly transformed. The blood disappeared. Crystal clear water flowed once more. The demons screamed as they were dragged back into the darkness. The gods bowed their heads in respect. Peace returned. Many years later, children gathered around a fire in the same village. An old storyteller pointed toward a peaceful river that shimmered under the moonlight. They say the river still remembers. Whenever someone chooses courage instead of fear, forgiveness instead of revenge, the spirit of Obinna walks beside the water, protecting the land. The children looked toward the river. For a brief moment, they thought they saw the silhouette of a warrior holding a glowing spear. Then it vanished. The river flowed quietly into the night. And the legend of the river of blood lived on, not as a story of darkness, but as a reminder that the greatest power is not hatred or revenge, but the courage to protect others, even at the greatest cost.